Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be going over the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite setup that I have. It's kind of this sage green aesthetic and something very simple but easy to boost your productivity. So the first things you're going to need to do is go to your settings and set up your grid as well as your home screen layout. This can change on your preferences, but I like to make sure that my home screen is the only screen that I have, which means that I get rid of that extra app screen and I only have the home screen. However, if you don't like to have your grid like this, that's perfectly fine. Next, I do not like to show icon badges, just because if I have 3,000 things in my Gmail, I do not want those numbers to pop up. They overwhelm me and I just don't like it. And so I would recommend removing that, and you can choose. But here you can see me switching between a 6x6 grid and a 5x6 grid. Next, we're going to go to the wallpaper. If you don't know how to go to the wallpaper, go to your settings, download a picture that you like. I kind of have these as my canvas pictures, and set up your home screen and lock screen. Remember that you can alter the angle or the perspective at which your picture is. So if they set up your picture in a way you don't like, feel free to move your picture over just to get the right frame or section that you want. It really does not matter. It's up to you. And again, I followed this sage green aesthetic. If you just type in sage green aesthetic, you can really do whatever you like. So yeah, this is what it looks like from like an actual perspective, both my home screen and my regular screen. Next, we are going to move on to the widgets. So I use the Magic Widgets app, so it will be a little bit different if you're just using Samsung widgets, but this is a free app and it works perfectly fine. So first you're going to click the image icon and of course allow all of those permissions just so they can see your images, and choose your image you want it to be as your display screen. You can opt to make this image a clock or anything you want. They also have really cute frames, but I don't use any of them. I go with none just because I don't like the borders and they don't match my aesthetic. And after you do this, then you are going to want to see your perspectives, whether you're going to do a 4x2 or a 2x2. I do 2x2 for my photos, but of course it changes depending on what you like. Then you press save. You press save as a 2x2 widget and you add it to your home screen. Next, I'm going to show you how I add my little schedule. Now, of course, if you were a person who liked to add a schedule, I would not recommend using this schedule on the website just because you have to go through the app, because then you have to go through the app to edit your schedule. If you do want to use a schedule, I would recommend using the schedule that is already on your Samsung. But I use this cute little schedule and clock, just because it's something that makes me happy. But here you can see I kind of got ahead of myself. We're setting up my clock right now. The clock is really cute. I removed the background. So for background image, select none, just because I like the way it looks when it's transparent. So you're going to see me set up these two. I like to have a main home screen and like an app screen. So this is going to be my home screen, but you can see that the 5x5 grid does not work well with this setup. So I'm going to go into my settings and edit the screen just to be a 6x6 grid. So this is again up to preference. If you want to make your apps a little bit bigger, then go ahead and do as you like. Next, we are going to make sure that our home screen is in the middle. This is just something that is satisfying to me. However, it's up to you and your preference. You don't have to have your home screen in the middle. However, I would recommend having your home screen in the middle because your computer or your tablet or whatever Samsung device you're using is more likely to open up to the middle tab or your home screen tab. As you can see, I selected the middle tab as my home screen tab. So you really want to have this in the middle just for convenience sake, or in the front depending on how you like to organize. So next you can see I am just kind of getting the layout together, looking through my apps, seeing what I have to add, and we're going back to the WidgetSmith. So like I was mentioning before, I added a cute little schedule. But again, don't actually use the schedule if you are looking for something like useful. I actually do not recommend doing this at all. And also something that I did not add in this photo but is in my final setting is the GIF. Again, you download a GIF and you add it onto this using the app. It's very simple and you add it to your layout. I just didn't include it here because I didn't want to make the video super long. But again, don't use a schedule. Just use it as a cute little way to remind yourself of things. Like, for example, I set my reminder as have a wonderful day, and I kind of just showed you how to do that. You can just plug in whatever you want and set up the date. Now, of course, I did have some issues setting up the date, but this is just showing you how to use the magic widget tutorial, how to use it and what to add, how to set it, and make sure that yours shows up every day. It won't show up the actual day that you do it, but you know, that's up to you on how you want to set it up. So my schedule is a 4x2, just because I like it to be a little bit larger to create some like different staggering of your text. And next we're going to move on after this to organization. So for the organization, I moved all of my apps to the same page and started organizing them based off of like utilities. However, I do not recommend adding a name unless you genuinely need it. So for example, I do not use the colors or app names, but I just showed you how to do it if you wanted to. I set my opacity to 0, which would mean that it's completely transparent. It doesn't matter what color you set it to. As long as it's at 0, you will have a completely clear app icon, meaning that your background that you chose will still be visible while your things are in folders, just making it a little bit more cleaner. And then you just kind of drag your stuff to each folder. Again, name it whatever you want and create it so that it's opaque or completely see-through clear, just so that you can still see your art. And you don't want to have like purple folders with a green background. It just will clash and really not be as pretty. But you can see I kind of deleted those. Those are just for the tutorial's sake. And then I continued to organize, just dragging things in folders. I did create a kind of a useless folder, I would say, something that I don't really use at all, because there are going to be some things that you don't use. And also, don't mind my folders for now. It's because I don't have really apps. I reset it for you guys just so you can see. Now this is the final touches. You want to just make sure everything is completely opaque and you can see through them and everything's organized. And then we're going to head to that default area that comes with your tablet. And I'm going to show you guys how to set up your regular widgets that come with Samsung just in case. So of course you can add a countdown to your favorite day. I added a countdown to Christmas because it is almost November, or it is November when I'm uploading this, but countdown to Christmas, and you can kind of see how cute everything is. Now I did show you that you can also, some of these widgets you can drag to expand. That one was not a drag to expand widget. Now this is a very useful one for productivity's sake. It's like a notes dashboard. So if you are a student or someone in university, you kind of want to add this notes dashboard just so that you can easily access your notes. And remember to make your opacity clear or make it match dark mode, whether you are setting up, however you're setting up your tablet. And after this, I'm pretty sure this is done. We're all done. This is what it looks like when we're done. So we have our schedule and stuff. I did add stuff after this. As you can see, I added the GIF and another picture, but you can add whatever you like using WidgetSmith. You can make anything you want. And not WidgetSmith, that's for iPhone, using Magic Widget, which is free. Link will be in my description. And if you want to see more Galaxy videos, or Galaxy S6 Tab Lite videos, I should say, and how I set it up and use it for school, please subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon, because soon, I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 weeks after this, you will see my setup video for school. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.